Southern Plains Medical Center presents your hometown medical minute, and your host, Al Brock. Hey everybody, happy Friday and welcome to our show, Your Hometown Medical Minute. I am your host, Al Brock, and with me as always behind the camera is our IT director, Mr. Ed Harrison. So Ed, man, we have upgraded. We have been upgraded. We finally got into our new studio here at Southern Plains Media Services. So really cool to be out here. Really appreciate everybody watching and the comments and the likes and the shares. So keep doing it. And so we can continue to bring on some cool guests and talk about some really important and needed healthcare discussions here. So we hope these shows kind of de-escalate a little bit the anxiety, maybe the fears people have when they go and see a doctor. It's not the most comfortable thing. First off, you're sick, you're injured, and you're going in to see a doctor and tell somebody about you're at your most vulnerable. So hopefully this kind of introduces you to our wonderful staff here. We have some of the most caring people, so we hope you guys find it interesting. Today's a very cool show, very interesting because of it's a nationwide story and what's going on. The measles is back. I thought it was gone, but it definitely is still in here. More than half the states in the United States, and it's right here in Oklahoma with more than a handful of cases already diagnosed. And our nurse manager, Devin, she's going to come on the show and she's going to kind of tell us what is going on with the measles, what are the symptoms, what you should be looking for, how to treat it, how to prevent it. So awesome information coming up. Hey, first, we've got a new show coming on, Beyond Vision Care, with our optometrist, Dr. Sean Hajari.
I've been blind in my right eye since 1984 without the possibility of getting it back, and a few people said they could do everything on their side. I came to see him. He looked in my eyes and said, "I think I can fix you right up." And within 30 minutes, I had my eyesight back. I went from 20/80 in my right eye to 20/25 in my right eye. I can see now. I can read again. I would suggest anybody, I don't care what your problem is, come see Doc, because he can take care of you. He can fix you right up. I just can't say enough about how good he is and how well he treats me. I really appreciate it. If you don't come to see, you're just messing yourself around.
All right. Hey, I want to welcome our guest, our nursing director, Mrs. Devin. Devin, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, Devin actually heads up our largest department. She has nurses throughout 7 different facilities in like 6 different communities, more than 17 different specialties. That's amazing. That's a big department.
It is a big department.
Absolutely. So what kind of got you into nursing?
I got into nursing due to when I was little. I had a couple of injuries.
Okay.
First was an eye injury where I pushed my eye with a wire when I was 5, and then I had what was called meningoencephalitis when I was 6.
What is that?
It is an infection from a mosquito bite.
Oh no.
That also, it's like meningitis, but not only affects the meninges, but also affects the lining of your brain.
Oh my God.
So I got that when I was 6, and actually Dr. Orr here at Southern Plains diagnosed me with it.
Wow.
And I was admitted into grade E for 6 days with that. And so just the care that I had received from those nurses, it was amazing, and it was life-changing for me. And so as I grew up, I thought, I want to be able to give that back to somebody.
How cool.
So that's why I got into nursing.
Devin today is here, and she's going to share with us a little bit about this national kind of pandemic. I mean, it's going a little bit crazy, or at least the media's kind of blowing it up. Talking about the measles.
Yes.
What is going on? I thought it was gone. I thought the measles didn't exist anymore.
It was gone. It was eliminated in 2000 in the U.S., which the vaccination was created in the 70s. So it was gone, eliminated from the U.S. in 2000. The biggest last outbreak was in 1994.
Okay.
And so it has been eliminated, but as people travel aboard, they are bringing it back with them. Because there's other countries that aren't as privileged as we are with our vaccinations and aren't vaccinated. So it is common in other countries. So as they travel abroad and bring it back, because also we, as Americans, we have these studies and stuff that aren't actually true to fact that vaccination causes autism.
Okay.
So people aren't getting vaccinated, then they're traveling abroad and bringing it back to the U.S.
I gotcha. Okay, so it's coming back now. From what I heard, it's in like half the states, and it's here in Oklahoma. I mean, right?
In 26 states.
Wow. Wow.
26 out of 50 states. And it came to Oklahoma on the 15th of May, and that was in Mulkey County.
Oh, so, but yesterday they just came out, same county, or Mulkey, they just had, what, was it three?
Yes, 3 more cases in Mulkey County.
Wow, so really quickly, what, like 10 days, 15 days, we went from 1 to now a handful.
Right, you are contagious. It's airborne, so coughing, sneezing, and you're contagious 4 days prior to even getting the first symptom, which is fever.
Really?
And then also 4 more days after getting the last symptom, which is the rash.
So people could be walking around this for 4 days, being contagious, but not having any symptoms.
Right, yeah, coughing, sneezing, just breathing. So
normal things.
Right, and 9 out of 10 people that are exposed to the person that is infected end up being infected as well if they're not vaccinated.
That sounds highly contagious.
Yes.
Okay. So you mentioned them a little bit, which sounded like very common things. What are kind of the symptoms? What should we be looking for?
Right, fever is going to be your first symptom, high fever, up to 104, very high fever, associated with a cough, runny nose, and red watery eyes.
So other than the fever at 104, right? Those sound like very common things.
Yeah. Okay. And then after 4 days after getting those symptoms of the cough, the runny nose, the red watery eyes, you will develop a rash, and it goes from head to toe, and also inside your mouth, which is called colic, is what it's called. Okay. And it's a rash on the roof of your mouth.
It's on the roof of your mouth.
Yes.
That sounds painful.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's kind of the differentiating factors. So is that the only ones?
Yes. And then there's these are common complications of it is diarrhea and ear infections. So a lot of people will just think they have like gastroenteritis or they have a common cold until they get that rash.
Boy.
And then serious complications is going to be pneumonia.
Okay.
Which is actually the number 1 death in children under the age of 5 of measles.
Well, yeah, so it develops into pneumonia, but you still have the rashes and stuff along with?
Yes. And then also encephalitis, which is swelling of the brain, which will cause convulsions and also can cause intellectual problems, disabilities with children.
Man, well, first off, God bless, the people that have the cases here in Oklahoma so far. So let's say you didn't do your vaccinations, right?
Right.
How do you kind of treat this?
So
if you get it. I mean, only 5 people have it right now in Oklahoma, so I don't want to start like everybody going crazy. But if you come across somebody, what do you do?
You're just going to have to wait out the signs and symptoms.
Wow.
Now, to prevent yourself from getting it, if you're not vaccinated, no matter age, you can get the vaccination. Okay. Normally, it started between 12 and 15 months with children. They get their first dose. And then between the age of 4 and 6, they get their second dose.
Okay.
Second dose is 97% effective if you have 2 doses. Now, if you were born in 1957 or after, and you don't have, a lot of people in 57 to the 80s don't have vaccination records.
Right.
It was before computers, before internet, and they would stamp a little card, give it to your parents. Well,
take that to school, and then you probably lose it after that, right?
It's probably been lost. They don't keep records that long.
Yeah.
So you can get a dose. 1 dose will be effective for you. Now, if you're not sure if you had it or not, and you have no charting that says yes, you had it, you need to come in and get it.
Okay.
And the 1 dose will be effective for you. Now, also, like if you're going to travel abroad, and you haven't been vaccinated, and you've decided, I want to get vaccinated, I want to get my kids vaccinated, you need to be fully vaccinated 2 weeks prior to going.
For sure. Okay.
Now, if your trip is less than 2 weeks, I would go ahead and get that first dose before you travel.
Yeah.
Because one dose is still 93% effective. That's a huge number.
Wow.
You know, and you have a chance of not catching it.
Okay.
With the vaccine, the measles. The vaccine for that is called MMR. It covers 3 different diseases. So measles, mumps, and rubella. Or you could also get the MMRV, which is measles, mumps, rubella, and varicella, which is actually chickenpox.
The chickenpox. So they have a shot for that?
Yes.
I had to get the chickenpox. I remember the joke in like the 80s and the 90s, like going and have a play date with somebody that has the chickenpox, get the chickenpox, you get a week off school.
Oh, yeah.
Send home milk bath and stuff like that. That's probably not healthy either, though.
Yeah, same way with me. Like, 86 child. I was born in 86, so we didn't get the vaccine when I was little because there wasn't one.
Yeah.
But now you can prevent your kids from having that because most of us know what it was like to have
it. Yeah, it's not fun either.
You itched, you had a
the
fever,
week off school.
And you got school days off. But, you had an itch and you fever. And it was horrible.
Yeah.
And so there's a way to prevent them and prevent that for your child. I vaccinate my children. As a healthcare professional, I vaccinate my kids. If I didn't think that it was going to benefit my kids or if it was going to cause problems to my children, I wouldn't do it.
No.
But all of us in the healthcare know the benefits of it.
I mean, I vaccinate my children too.
And how important it is.
Yeah.
So, highly recommended.
Yeah, absolutely. The measles, that sounds devastating. If I got that, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, and you can prevent it.
Yeah.
It's 100% preventable.
Yeah.
Not 100%, 97% preventable with the 2 doses and 93, with the 1 dose. So there's a way to prevent it and keep your little ones safe.
Yeah.
Keep you safe. It affects...
Keep everybody else safe.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 people? Are you kidding me?
Right. And so...
Do we have that vaccination at Southern Plains? Do we have that available? Okay.
Yeah, we do have it available. With the children, it's no cost. It is provided by the state.
Awesome.
So the state, regardless of your insurance, even if your insurance didn't cover it, it will be covered by the state.
That's amazing. Okay, cool.
So you don't have to have state insurance.
So you just walk in here and you just...
Yeah.
It's free.
Yep. You don't have to have state insurance. You don't have to. Your children don't have to be on Sooner Care. If you cannot afford it, if you do not have insurance, it's provided by the state.
That's awesome.
Adults 18 and older, it's not covered by insurance.
Okay.
So it is an out-of-pocket cost, but you can always check with your local health department to see kind of what they offer because I'm not sure on their policies and procedures for it.
For sure.
And if you have any questions, always contact your PCP. If you don't have a PCP, you can contact us. We can get you set up with one of our amazing providers.
Some amazing providers.
Have. Absolutely.
Because this sounds so serious. I mean,
very serious.
Yeah. Well, Devin, thank you so much for taking your time and kind of explaining that. I might come back to you because as this thing, if it keeps going, just some updates on kind of, your explanations were awesome. Thank you for your time. Yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome. Well, hey, check in with us through the week. We've got, like you saw, Beyond Vision Care. It's going to be coming up next week. Building Health with Dr. Chris Ludwell. Fun with Frames with Angie Smith. We're going to have some more and more right here at Southern Plains Media Services. Thanks so much for watching.